Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you have accepted that you're weird, feel free to stay, and by staying make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so that you're notified every single time I upload a video. Sorry, I'm a bit hyper. A little bit hyper. Just a little bit hyper. But anyway, so still continuing on the series of Nobody Wants to Hear This. Here's today's title. I just feel like we needed to have a little girl chat. Because basically what I've learned about myself through lockdown, right? I've been self-reflecting a lot. We're gonna switch it. Instead of it being just a girl chat, I'm gonna use this as a PSA to men. Dear men, before you utter these words, please understand that there are some people that have never heard those words said to them by any male figure in their life before. Number one. Two, there are people that have had those words used to them, not said, used against them, in terms of the person that said it to them, they then turned around and use it as a weapon. So they use it as a manipulative tactic and as a way to gaslight them and stuff like that. And then another thing is also as well, they are people that have said those words to, like, I'm coming from like women saying this to a guy. Obviously advice, self-reflection, whatever, applies to whatever relationship you're in, but I'm just speaking from the standpoint of someone that has mostly dated men. Well, I say mostly, I've only dated men, never mind. There are people that have said those words to someone and it was not reciprocated. So what I need you to understand is, when you get to the point of saying that to someone, what you need to understand, I'm not saying like girls also shouldn't be understanding of this, but those words are not a simple thing. They're not something that should be thrown around so easily at all. And I feel like, especially my generation, for some reason, I kind of feel like they're thrown around as if they mean nothing, but they mean a lot. Like, they mean a lot, so much to certain people, to the point that they will never say it out of fear of rejection. They will never say it out of fear of it being used against them. They will never say it purely just because they don't actually know if that is a feeling that needs to be validated or that needs to be accepted. So what I'm trying to get at is it, like, when it comes to dating, right? There's this typical, not even typical, but like, I kind of feel that there's certain things that are overlooked in terms of previous experiences in regards to this one. I'm gonna specify specifically to men, like hetero relationships. The specific issue here is that, number one, people are not talking about their family histories or any of the family dynamics that they have or have had when it comes to the relationship, either because they're estranged from their family or they just don't feel comfortable enough to talk to you about those things yet. It might be just earlier on, like in the relationship. But at the same time, I kind of feel like it's something that needs to be talked about, because if you don't have an awareness of why, or for example, if you're to look at someone, right, that you're dating at the moment, and they have certain behaviors that they have when it comes to particularly anything a man does, and you don't understand specifically why they react that way, it might be just worth questioning that. Not questioning the person's intentions, but questioning why those certain things are to an extent a trigger for them, or look at who was the first male figure in their life and what experience they actually had from having that person in their life. Because believe me, you might think that it doesn't play a huge part, but it plays a big part. It played a huge part in the person that they are today. Because if you think of it, same thing goes for men. The first person you have as a woman figure to show you what love is from a woman is your mom. So if you had a distasteful, I'm choosing my words carefully here, if you had a distasteful relationship with your mom when you're younger, even now, it is bound to happen, unfortunately, that your view or even how you respect women or how you communicate with women, it might be a bit tarnished. Not saying this goes like this rings true to everyone. Obviously it's different from person to person, because it might be that like you ended up having more people that were a bit more positive around you, that then kind of like were pointing out things to you and be like, no, you see the way you're talking to that's not right, you need to fix up on this, don't do that, don't do this. But then I know that there's like some people that don't have those people surrounding them that will tell you like point blank, like disregarding the fact that you might be in your feelings about it, just be like point blank, like you need to fix up or you fucked up here. There are people that don't have people that are like that in their life. So I understand, but also at the same time I'm saying just try and understand the fact that things that happened within your childhood, if you suppress them, the longer you suppress them, your brain has a way to make you feel things that you don't want to address. It will make it happen. It will let that pain out one way or the other. It will either come out as you could be having migraines. I'm not saying that's the reason why people are having migraines, but I'm just giving an example. You could have migraines, you could have back problems, you could have unresolved pain from somewhere and you're still taking medication for it. You could be stressed and you could start losing weight, you could lose your appetite, you could you could lose your hair could start falling out. So there's so many different things that your body, your brain will make you feel that emotion that you've been running away from. And especially if you've been running away from these things for, I don't even know, I can't even say a time frame, but like if you've been running away from these things for like a very, very, very long time, believe me, your brain is going to make you feel this one way or another. So that's what I mean. I'm encouraging of the fact that people need to just be more aware of, if you see someone just being reactive instead of responding to something. Does that make sense? There's a difference. Reacting and responding, two different things. If you see someone being very reactive towards something, just don't be so quick to cut them off, or so quick to, I mean, it depends what it is. Context is always key. It depends what it is, the frequency that's happened as well. So just to be more mindful, both men and women who you say those words to, because I don't know, I've just seen too many people doing that ish, and I'm just like, yo, like you're damaging this person for the next person that's gonna come in, and then the person that comes in now has to take, like they literally have to go through the process of undoing what another person has done to that person. But then obviously that shouldn't fall on their shoulders, but then obviously it's a case of that if you are wanting to build that person, you are gonna have to deal with you're gonna have to do both, the worst parts of them and then the best parts of them as well. So you can't really pick and choose. If you're picking and choosing, mate, just be single. It's that simple. Be single. Don't fuck up anybody's child in the sake of you just trying to be like, oh, I'm just trying to see where this shit goes. Be single. Be single. If you ain't, don't. Just don't. But yeah, I just felt that like it's something that like I just feel like it needs to be addressed, because it goes, like I said, it goes both for men and for women, that you need to be aware that certain things that you do, it might not necessarily be you, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't want to be a little bit more investigative. That's all I'm saying. Just be a little bit more, like just a tad, just a little bit more investigative. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I had for this video. I know this is like really short, but like I said, it was just like a little quick like TED talk or PSA. But anyway, that's pretty much all I had to share for this video, and until then, I'll see you in the next one.